Citra and Raspberry Smoothie IPA. Okay, so the colour is darkened somewhat over the weeks. It's also rounded itself off really quite nicely. The weekend just gone was really quite hot in London for end of March. So all the kids were playing outside. You had mothers, fathers, brothers come over from other countries because there was a couple of kids' birthdays. I gave one glass to one woman who passed it to her husband, who passed it to his brother, who passed it to his brother, or whatever. No, that doesn't work. Him passed it to his brother, who passed it to his mate. And before I knew it, they were all coming around with glasses. But they sang absolute fucking loads of this. Bastards. I mean, I don't have a lot left. I really don't have a lot left. It is now conditioned enough that it's got that really nice fridge. For those of you not in the UK, I don't know if you've got fridge milkshakes, but not the milkshakes that you can't suck through a straw with, and not a yazoo, really thin, but nice milkshake consistency. This has to be in my top 3, I think, I've ever brewed. I mean, seriously. And I don't normally say this, but and sometimes I say I'll brew it again, but I never have. I've never brewed the same brew twice. I think I would do that. Well, I'm fucking sure I'll do this. The only thing I'll do is up the oat percentage from 10 to 20%, just because. The amount of citra and the amount of raspberries, leave those well alone. So hopefully some of you give that a blast, especially as it's coming up to summer now. I mean, seriously, give it a whirl, give it a whirl. And that's the problem, you can't stop drinking the fucking thing. Bloody thing. Right, so today's Homebrew Wednesday is my IPL. That footage will follow, very brief, and I start off very sober. And even though I don't mention it, the more I drink, by the end of the brew day, by the time it comes to the readings, I'm actually quite pissed. Whoops. But I think I hide it quite well. I'll leave that for you to judge. Okay, so today I also got some deliveries from Malt Miller and Brew UK. I won't really go into too much detail because it's boring. So I got some carapils and blah 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 blah. Got some mosaic, 25 kilos of Marisota, you know, normal stuff. Also got some hops which are, well, I've never brewed with them before, and apparently they're quite hard to get hold of. So I'm keep looking over there because the wife's out doing some exercise, so I've got to make sure he stays a kip. So seeing as everyone else is doing them, I thought I would do my New England IPA. Okay, so along with the 25 kilos Marisota, some carapils and mosaic, I also got Denali, Ruaka, Raku. These ones. Can you see them? That's my hop schedule. But should be quite cool. Okay, so I've also got some Giga yeast. I suppose if you were Jay-Z, you'd call it Giga yeast, but Giga yeast, Vermont IPA yeast. Over here, it's not fucking cheap. It's like £9 or something like that for it, but not going to make a starter because can't be asked. Very simple. This stuff you're not supposed to make a starter with it, apparently. So that's in the fridge. Okay, so we're going for 1060, finishing around 1011, ABV around 6.5%, IBUs down at around the 36, kind of parallel category, SRM 5.2. 3 kilos of Marisota Pale, half a kilo of carapils, 700 grams of flaked oats, 2 kilos of wheat malt. Now, hop schedule: 15 grams each of Denali, Ruaka, Raku, and Citra. Right, forgive me my pronunciations because I'm shit at it. So 15 grams of Denali, 15 grams of Ruaka, 15 grams of Raku, 15 grams of Citra at 15 minutes. At flame out, I've got 20 grams each of Denali, Ruaka, Raku, and Citra. Now, after around 7 days, when it's around 70% attenuated, that's 25 grams each of Denali Baraka Citra and Raku, so that's a 200 gram dry hop right there. And then after fermentation is complete, it's 40 grams each of Denali Baraka Citra and Raku, so it's 160 grams there. So you're talking a massive dry hop, massive. Oh no, 100, 260 gram dry hop. Cool. Gonna ferment this at 20 degrees because that's what I've read is cool. Very rarely do I do a recipe and actually that's a fucking lie. Some of the recipes that I come up with, I do think, man, I've got to brew that now, but this one in particular, I'm squishing it into on the calendar. I mark when I'm brewing, when I'm kegging, and I try and keep brewing and kegging away from doing the same day because that's just a pain in the arse. But this one, I'm doing it. I'm quickly going, get up early, keg it, get out of the fucking way, and I'm brewing this because I cannot wait. Some of these hops, you know, you got the peachy notes from the yeast. You have stone fruits. You have tropical notes. You have citra. Everyone knows citra. You got your passion fruit. You got your everything from the hops here. From the profiles that I've read to do with them, the Denali, the Ruaka, and the Ricao, whatever. It should be fucking stunning if I can pull it off. So I'm well looking forward to this. I'm fucking rambling now, but I'm well looking forward to that. So that brew day should be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, definitely going to bottle some of that to send to you guys because I really want to see how that one goes down because I'm super excited. About as excited I was doing that when I was doing this. So there we go. Apart from that, we've had some more additions to the London Craft Beer Festival Brew Tube Piss Up, most notably Big Banana Brewing, Hatless Ginger Brew, Rusted. We got loads. There's a few of us going now. So once again, if you haven't got your tickets or anything, go to the Facebook group Brew Tube on Facebook. There's an event section, click on that. You've got to really be quick with these tickets because they're literally about to go. But come along, join us for a piss up. It will be fantastic, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on far too long. All right. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. And, well, I'll see you soon. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Happy Homebrew Wednesday on Sunday. Hope everyone's cool. Okay, so today we are going to be knocking up an IPL. Say an IPL. I'm not going to lager it, but because I had it in the fridge, I thought, fuck it. Let's try it in this. So, IPA, got a 1056, final gravity, hopefully around 1010, around 6.1%. IBUs are 59.39. Okay, so highly bitter. S around 8.43. Okay, so 5 kilos Marisota, half kilo of Carapils, 250 grams Crystal 60, which is pretty much my base for all my IPAs. Sometimes, I don't know why really, but sometimes I switch around the Carapils for 4 or 5 weeks. Sometimes, very, very rarely. But that's basically the base malt for all the IPAs I do really. Hop schedule. Quite a decent sized one today. So we've got 10 grams of Apollo at 60, 20 grams of Azaka at 20, 20 grams of Eldorado at 15, and then flame out we have 20 grams of Apollo, 30 grams of Azaka, 30 grams of Eldorado. And then dry hop 3 days before kegging is going to be as follows: 45 grams of Amarillo, 40 grams of Apollo, 50 grams of Azaka, 50 grams of Eldorado, 65 grams of Simcoe. Not really a method to my madness, really. That hop schedule was as it was, apart from the Amarillo and Simcoe. And the only reason I'm putting them in is because I had them in the freezer to use. So I thought, fuck it, let's stick them in the dry hop, make it a bit more hoppy. Anyway, yeast is Mangrove Jack's M54, which I'm going to ferment at 19. I think that's it. Grain bills weighed out. I'm waiting for the water to heat up. 57.4 at the moment, so not long to go. I will catch you all in a bit, I suppose. Yeah. Peeps, hot break is occurring. Sorry if you can't hear me that great, but I've got Sky Sports on, watching the middle of a Swansea game, ready to watch the mighty Arsenal lose. Watch the mighty Arsenal probably get fucking royally stuffed by City. So, hot break is occurring. So we are going to shove in 10 grams of Apollo. So, 10 grams of Apollo. That's what we're shoving in. Not a fat lot. Looks like a pathetic amount really, but it will do the job. So that's it in. I will catch you at the next edition. Everyone, sorry, I had a few camera issues. The last drop I done was the 20-minute edition, which was 20 grams of Zaka. So now I've got the 15-minute edition, which is 20 grams of Eldorado, which is here. So there we go, let's drop that in. And that is that. I'm not going to do so I'm going to put the water chiller in now, the immersion chiller. I mean, I've got the plate chiller on that, but for some reason, well, not for some reason, every beer I seem to make at the moment involves hop stands, and plate chillers just won't do it. So immersion chiller is going in now. We'll do a Protofloc at 10, and I'm going to do the yeast nutrient at 5, but I won't bother filming that because it's standard. I'll come back for the whirlpool. Turn that down. Right, we're chilling down. 87, 86. You can hear loads of screaming. The kids are out front playing, which is kind of nice. Eventually, throughout this year, we've now got to a point where, you know, everyone can play outside, which is good. So 83. So in here we've got, stop that, 80.7. Okay, so in here we've got 30 grams of Zaka. Sorry. In here we've got, sorry, be well unprofessional. 30 grams of Zaka, 20 grams of Apollo, 30 grams of Eldorado. I'm very unprofessional, but I've had a few beers, so fuck it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so they're in. That's on. Like I normally do, gonna leave this for around 25 minutes, half hour. It don't really matter because we've lowered it to 80, so the IBUs, well, they're not going to make any difference because there aren't going to be any. So, yeah, I'll give it 25 minutes, half hour. Chill it down, transfer it, rack the Californian lager yeast, and I'll be back for the numbers. Thanks very much. Right, gotta be quick. End of a brew day. In here, it's not this. It is a home brew. It is the raspberry. I just put it in this because I couldn't be asked to. I drank it, rinsed it out, and couldn't be bothered to put it in a glass. So, all done, all dusted. We are talking 105. 105.2. Slightly overshot, so I hit 24 litres instead of 23. That's probably it, and whatever. So we're still, you know, late fives, early sixes. So all good. I've pitched the Californian lager yeast, and we'll see what happens. So that is the IPL brew day over and done with. I'm going to dry hop with Azaka, Eldorado, Amarillo, and Simcoe 3 days before kegging. And that's it. The IPL is done. Happy with that. Colour looks good. And I'm being shouted, so I'll catch you later. Right, thank you. Where do I turn this off? I can feel the